Minecon.
Bienvenidos chicos, ¿qué tal estáis? Dentro de poco empiezo, no os vayáis. Si pudierais dejar vuestro like, os lo agradecería mucho. Hoy vamos a reaccionar efectivamente a la Minecon Live de este 2020. Así que bueno, vamos a empezar dentro de poco, no os vayáis. Bienvenidos chicos, ¿qué tal? Ya sí que sí voy a empezar porque hay 4 personitas. Y Nachito se ha jugado a Among Us, please. Este directo va a ser reaccionando a Minecon. Y como va a durar de casi 3 horas a 4, tampoco creo que me dé tiempo a jugar a Among Us. Pero bueno, mañana seguramente haga. Y si no, bueno, ya veré. Igual hago un Twitch, aunque tampoco creo que me quede tiempo. Pero bueno chicos, os explico lo que vamos a hacer hoy. Siempre la noto alta y luego está baja, ¿sabes? Que es lo peor. A ver, la voy a subir de aquí. Así, que luego se escucha muy baja. Voy a encender el tablet para leeros, como siempre. Ya son casi 50, quedan 10 minutos para que empiece. Básicamente lo que vamos a ver hoy son todos los cambios, novedades. No quiero actualizar el software ahora. Son todos los cambios y novedades que van a llegar a Minecraft este año. Bueno, este año no. El 2021, básicamente. Madre mía, qué mal funciona, de verdad. Vale. Espérate. Vale, ya está. Y perfecto. Ya os tengo aquí para leeros. Así que voy a poner la pantalla. Bueno, pero no sé ni por qué hacen el directo. No está ni programado ni nada. Pero bueno. Ok. Ya está. Aquí tengo mi directito. Y voy a buscar Minecon Live 2020. Minecraft, nada, tío, tiene que empezar. Pero no sé cuándo va a empezar. No sé cuándo, tío. Hola, Dark Tiroc 147, ¿qué tal? Papá. Nada, tío, aún no está en directo Minecraft, ¿eh? Supongo que empezarán en punto, que es cuando decían que iba a empezar en España. Así que bueno, yo voy a esperar con la bebecita Tengo miedo. Vale, creo que se ha suscrito alguien, chicos. Bueno, 62 suscriptores. Vale, chicos, muchísimas gracias por las subs. A ver si hoy podemos llegar como meta a 65. Y aquí esperando a que lo que se empiece. ¿Por qué no empieza? Bueno, es que aún no teníamos que ¿verdad? Ya os he puesto los horarios y son a las 6 en España. En otros países también os lo he puesto. Así que eso, chicos. What? Se acaba de buguear. Abajo va. Espero la invitación de tu servidor. Expiró. Vale. La actualizo, crack, no te preocupes. Es que sabéis lo que hago. Tengo un blog de notas de las descripciones de los vídeos para copiarlo y pegarlo. Espera, me voy a mutear que voy a reaccionar con un amigo. Voy a quitar el ensordecimiento. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Hola.
Sí, ya casi se me olvidaba que estaba contigo.
Sí, ya. Estoy mirando el directo y sí.
Ya casi se me olvidaba que estaba contigo. Vale, baja el volumen, please. ¿El volumen de qué?
La música.
La música será.
Sí. No lo he escrito, de hecho, de la música.
Aquí está. Vale. Ok, pues ya, bueno, ya lo he bajado, sí. Y voy a poner la invitación, ¿lo he dicho? Aquí. Invitar gente, copiar enlace. Lo voy a actualizar el que hay por... Espérate, editar.
¿Qué vas a poner?
Un nuevo enlace.
Ah, no.
De hecho, yo creo que eso lo voy a tener que actualizar cada día. No va a valer con copiarlo de bloc de notas. Suprimir, control. Aquí está. A ver si ahora os deja uniros, chicos. Como nuevo mob, ¿cuál prefieres? Es que estoy un poco desactualizado. A ver, estaba el calamar, el errante este de las montañas y la vaquita. Mira, aquí están. En esta miniatura. Vale. Pues yo prefiero... Tampoco me he parado a pensarlo mucho. Las vacas no me gustan mucho. Una invitación que no expire. Yo creo que eso no se puede. Sinceramente, la tendré que actualizar cada día o no sé. La verdad. Ok. Vale. Quedan
Yo creo
6
que
minutos, chicos. ¿Tú cuál eliges? Bueno, es que tú no estás muy actualizado.
¿Quién yo?
De los mobs, que va a haber una votación para elegir qué mob va a salir.
¿Qué mobs va a haber?
No, mob, mob con B. M-O-B.
¿Qué mob va a haber?
Pues vas a poder votar entre un calamar que se ilumina en las profundidades, también entre un errante, digamos, de las nieves, ¿sí? Y también una vaca amarilla. Sí se puede, sí se puede.
Prefiero calamar,
¿Qué?
Sí, que si te digo la verdad, prefiero calamar.
Sí. Está bastante guay.
¿Qué es esto de errante? No entiendo.
Es como... Bueno, ya veréis. En fin. Mira, aquí tenéis los tres en esta miniatura, lo he dicho. Sí, has llegado Dark Tiro.
¿Pero en qué canal lo echan?
Yo creo que lo echan... Esperad, voy a hacer una cosa. Voy a ver si la gente ya lo está viendo. Que en teoría aún no he empezado. Yo creo que lo echan en el canal de Minecraft oficial.
Y estoy viendo el Steve en el juego este de Super Smash Bros.
Ya, tío, eso es la leche.
Estoy viéndolo y me estoy quedando loco. Me estoy quedando loco.
Yo lo he visto como en un tráiler y va pum, 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 construyendo bloques para arriba, tío.
Sí, tío. O poniendo TNTs también.
Poniendo TNTs. Lo dicho, voy a mutear esto un ratito. Vale, ya estoy de vuelta, chicos. Iba a ver eso.
No has saltado, no has saltado el bot.
¿Qué?
Que no has saltado el bot. Voy a poner
Ah, no
esto
salta
en
los directos. Salta cuando se resube.
Y...
La frecuencia
Toma,
dicha que
ya
no
tienes
transmisión
los roles.
es un
Pero-
mínimo recomendado. Lo mejor es que tenga una frecuencia. Ah, que no es la frecuencia de audio. Creo que esto sí que lo puedo hacer. Lo puedo hacer, en verdad no tengo ni idea. Oh, bro. No tengo ni idea, te lo juro. Pero bueno. Y 59, ojo, ya debería empezar el directo, Ya debería empezar el
Papas.
directo.
Pues si lo ves, pásame el link. Si lo ves, pásame el link. Que yo estoy viendo un directo en el... Este de Minecraft. Que hay un canal que se llama Minecraft.
Minecraft Live 2020. Ya está. Ok. Community pre-show. Quedan 2 minutos y 8. Vale, chicos, tocho. Quedan 2 minutos y 8. Qué rima, ¿no? Bueno, voy a ir viendo esto, a ver. Es que hay dos directos.
Pásame el link. Pásame el link.
¿Qué pasa?
Pásame el link.
Control C. Aquí.
Que no sé si es el mismo que estoy viendo yo o es otro.
Oh, I'm doing it now.
5 espectadores, chicos, ¿qué tal estáis? Recordad que si no estáis suscritos podéis hacerlo ahora mismo, Ey, bro, ¿qué pasa?
Vale, sí.
No voy a aprender. A ver. Darktiro. Vale. ¿Qué pasa, Darktiro?
Abran los cascos para que no se te escuchen en tu directo.
Vale. Te creo un logotipo estilo que tengo de perfil en Discord. Bueno, el servidor. ¡Ojo! Ya empieza, chicos. Pausa la música. ¡Ojo, qué bueno! Te creo un logotipo estilo el que tengo en Discord. Bueno, lo tendré que hablar con Rubero porque también es nuestro el servidor. Es de varios. Ok. Pero sí, si está chulo, vale. Me parece bien. La llavecita, tío. What? Es como en el mundo real. Ojo, salen a las montañas. Oh, el zorrito nevado. Ya ha empezado, Si te metes en la... Vale,
Me encanta, qué morada.
Ya, tío, los piglins. ¡Hala, el nuevo bicho! Bueno, la votación va a ser en directo. O sea, va a ser en directo la votación.
¡Qué chulo!
Todos mouse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hello and welcome to Minecraft Live 2020. I'm Lydia Winters,
Vale,
your
mutealo,
host
por
and
favor,
chief
bueno.
storyteller for
Como
Mojang
quieras.
Studios. We're coming to you live
No voy a
from
hablar,
Stockholm, Sweden, the birthplace of Minecraft. Some of our amazing team members couldn't be
No sé
here
si puedo
today,
aumentar
so
un
we
poco más
recorded
los
the
subtítulos.
Minecraft Earth and Creator Tools segments in Redmond earlier this week. We are so thankful you're joining us. Before we get started, we want to acknowledge the number of challenges around the world right now, as well as the mental, physical, and emotional toll those challenges are taking on all of us. With that in mind, we want to give the opportunity today to take a breath, have fun, enjoy the games we love, and celebrate all of you,
Básicamente está
our
hablando del COVID
incredible
y de que
Minecraft
hay gente que lo
community.
pasa mal.
It won't all be easy.
Y de
You'll
que
have
nos
to
vamos a
decide
divertir.
which mob to vote into the game, which, based on votes in previous years, will be super tough. You'll not only get to hear about what's coming to your favorite Minecraft games, you'll also hear directly from the development teams.
Sí, chicos, va a haber
We
una
want you to
votación a ver qué
leave
mob
today
sale. Hay
knowing
3.
about the exciting additions coming to Minecraft and also why our team has made those decisions. an
¿Cuántos espectadores
insider's
tiene?
look at what's brewing at Mojang Studios.
Casi 500.000. Es
Today,
que es una burrada.
we're kicking things off with the announcement of the
Qué envidia,
we're gonna
chicos,
tell
te
you
imaginas.
right now.
Vale, creo que ya empieza. A ver. ¿Quién está? No sé quién.
Hi, Agnes
Agnes.
and Brandon.
Ah,
Hello.
Agnes, sí.
Let's do this.
So, okay, the next update is the update that we know that so many of you, and well, so many of us as well, has been wanting for such a long time. It's the Caves and Cliffs update.
¿De qué? ¿Qué? Montañas y cuevas. Ru, habla, por favor. Montañas y cuevas.
It must feel amazing to be able to tell everyone
O sea,
that.
me estoy quedando con la boca abierta ahora mismo.
excited about this. I mean, even before I joined Mojang, I was always
Está
thinking
muy
about
guapo,
like, when is the cave
está muy
update gonna
guapo.
come?
Y la
And
Helena Angel
this
no
is
se puede
it, but it's
Minecraft.
also got the cliffs as well. It's got the mountains. Like, this is such a big update, and I'm so
Ah, claro.
excited.
Tengo que
How are
hacer
you
eso.
feeling, Agnes?
Great. Like,
Big
no,
update, and I'm
good.
so
No, 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 no.
We have been working on this update for quite long, and we're like, we can't wait to tell everyone. And now we
No creo que lo
announced
escuches
it,
así.
and it
Voy a-
feels
It's
So
it's
we're actually
amazing.
getting our first live look at some reactions.
Ok.
Oh.
Caves and Cliffs. Ahora
Espera,
tengo que ver el trailer.
la chica estaba medio llorando, tío.
Those mobs are very, very excited. This year we asked some of our communities to
Ah, pero
submit
espérate.
questions that we'll answer
La gran
across the show.
actualización creo que aún no
This
se ha
first
revelado.
question
Espérate.
definitely feels
Yo creo
like
que está en la
something
actualización
everyone
que va a
wants
venir
to
con las
know.
montañas.
Mi
La
pregunta es, ¿por
1.17
qué
que va a
se
llegar
tardó
dentro de
tanto en
poco.
actualizar las cuevas y cuándo llegarán?
Hostia.
En verdad que hemos estado pidiendo esto por muchísimo tiempo.
Ya.
Why has it taken so long? Like Brandon, I've been waiting a long time too.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So, since this update really is the update, like we've been dreaming
Se te
about it
escucha
for
un
so
poco
long,
eco, ¿eh?
so it felt so important for us to do it right. Like we don't
¿Quién, a
want
mí?
to rush it.
Sí.
But now we feel
No sé
it's the
por
right
qué.
time. Like
Se te
we have
escucha un
spent the
poco,
time we need to really like understand the
ese,
vision
bueno,
we have for the update, and also to make sure that we understand what the community actually wants. And we've also like planned around it to make sure that we really can work together with the community to make this and like as epic update as possible. And we have also hired some new amazing developers
Vale.
to the team.
And you're one of the amazing developers, Brandon.
Yeah, I joined this year in January, and I actually came from the community. I used to do modding for 10 years. One of the first mods I worked on was the Aether, which is like a dimension that had sky islands and stuff. And yeah, I'm just so happy to be here and work on an update this
Tío,
epic.
se te escucha algo.
So happy
¿Tienes
to
puesto
have
los
you.
cascos?
We have another creator question.
No,
Hi, I'm the Pink Diamond Diva, and this is my question.
no los tengo
Are you
puestos.
making the caves more
Que
advanced
si me lo
for
pongo
first
no me
players
escuchas
who can
también.
mine deep,
Ah,
or
vale.
are you making them more accessible and easy to navigate for newer players?
Ok.
Such a great question.
Yeah, I mean, with this
Una chica
update, we're
gamer,
making
¿vale?
sure that we
De
can have
Minecraft.
as much variation as possible within the actual caves
The Pink
themselves.
Diamond
But we
Diva.
want to make sure that the old caves are still retained as much as possible to keep that classic feel.
Yeah, and we really also looked into to make sure that we have something for
Sí, tío, las
everyone.
cuevas están muy
'Cause,
anticuadas.
you know, we have such a
Necesitamos
huge
actualización.
community, and it's also a very diverse community, and that's such a beautiful thing. So we really want this update to have something for everyone. So actually, we made sure to map all the features in
Voy a
the
intentar
update to
traducirlo,
different
chicos.
player
Venga.
styles to really see that we fulfill that goal.
That's so cool. And you had such a big thought process on how you decide what even goes into
Yeah.
an
Vamos a
update this big.
conocer
Yeah,
cómo
we,
será
we
bueno.
have spent quite a lot of time on just
To
making
map
sure that
all
we
the
have a very good
features
like
in the
fundament for the
that's
update. For
good, that's
example,
good.
we did the player style mapping, and we've also worked with design pillars. So the design pillars, they kind of describe the vision of the update. So for example, they help us when we like prioritize between different features, and also when we design each specific feature. And we have 3 pillars for this update. And
Madre
the
mía.
first one is actually all about like the spectacular mountains, the snowy snow, and the mischievous goats. Because at last year's live, the players voted for these features, and we felt like it's so important to deliver on that promise. So we actually wanted to have it as a pillar.
Yeah,
Y esos
and
no,
another
las
pillar that we
cabras,
actually
vamos, que
integrated
va a
into
haber
this
cabras.
was adding strategy to mining. So of course Minecraft already has plenty of strategy in mining, but we wanted to see if we could push that just a little bit further and add even more mechanics that make it interesting for players to mine in the caves.
Yeah.
Que van a
And the
añadir más
third pillar
mecánicas
is to
en las
create an
cuevas.
underground of marvel for the players. And that pillar is a lot about like adding variation to the underground and like contrasts and like inspire players to like craft their own underground adventures and
Hola,
build
nuevo me va a contar
underground.
si quieres que te
And
salude.
one thing we have done to like fulfill
Voy a
this
por un
pillar
chicle.
is that we have added new cave biomes,
Para relajarme
and
un
one
poquito.
of them is the lush caves.
Espérate, espérate, que me lo pierdo. Ojo.
What?
¿Qué es eso?
¿Qué?
El chicle puede esperar un poco, pero esto no. Mucho
¿Qué?
presupuesto, pero los subtítulos tienen una tipografía del 2017.
¿Qué? ¡Qué chulo!
¡Hala, qué chulo, tío! ¡Hala, loco! ¡Qué chulo!
Va a ser como en la vida real. Claro, en las cuevas no hay solo piedras, también hay plantas.
Es verdad, loco.
¡Chulada!
Oh. ¡Hala, pero hay un bloque, hay una alfombra de césped o algo! Míralo, míralo.
No, es un mini árbol.
So beautiful.
No,
un
no,
mini árbol.
que había trozos de
¡Ah, sí,
césped.
es verdad! ¡Es verdad!
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to make sure that,
No.
of course, in Minecraft, all
Qué
the
chulo.
original
Qué
caves,
chulo,
they're
tío.
pretty much the same. There's not much variation in terms of vegetation or different features inside of it. So for this, we wanted something which is a bit more like light and lush and actually has vegetation. And I mean, I think it looks amazing.
It's gorgeous. What was the inspiration behind it?
Los
So,
subtítulos
We were
le puedo
thinking about,
cambiar la
okay, so how should
tipografía,
it
parece.
feel when you are in a lush cave? And we wanted to be like, so you feel like very tiny inside like a big garden or big forest. So like when you look up, it's actually like vegetation above you, it's vegetation around you. And one source of inspiration we had
¿Cuál
is actually a
preferís? ¿Qué
Swedish
letra
painter
preferís?
called John Bauer. Because in his paintings, it's always, or often at least, like a
Esta.
tiny character, and then it's like
Voy a
huge
dejar esta.
forest, and you see like the bottom of the trees because the vegetation is like so big compared to the character.
And you're adding so many new plants in the lush caves.
Yes, so I don't know if you saw, but there was this new tree that was actually above on the overworld, and this is called an azalea tree.
Ojo,
So it's a
tío, qué
unique type
guapo.
of tree that it'll be easy to spot for players, and if you actually find this and start going down its roots, you will
¡Hala,
find
qué
the lush
chulo!
cave there. So this is another part of adding strategy to mining, where there are certain
Cacho de
landmarks which
ileaco
will
que
allow
hay.
you to understand what you're doing in the game.
No me puedo ir ni a por un chicle,
And
tío.
another one of the new blocks
Si me
is
voy
a
a por un
block called
chicle me voy a
Spore
perder media
Blossom.
conferencia.
And it's that you maybe saw it in the video. It's a big pink flower that you find in the roof of the lush cave, and it will drip particles from that flower,
gente hay en
but it will
directo?
also actually feel like a big volume
De
around it
Minecraft,
with particles.
511.000
So it's similar to
Lo
the
que te dije,
particles that we
más de lo que
added
te
to the
dije.
nether biomes in the nether update.
Sí,
But the
sí.
cool thing here is that you can move
Claro,
the
pero
flower
es que
if you
es una
want to
conferencia muy
and
importante.
get these particles anywhere you
Sure.
want in your world. So you can actually be very creative with that.
That's so awesome. And the lush caves have a real glow to them from one of the plants.
Yes.
Estoy
So
flipando, tío.
there are vines in the lush caves, and they have glow berries
Hay
on them. And
enredaderas,
these are
tío,
actually
es que
light
sí,
source.
está todo
You can also pick them and
lleno
eat
de
them if you want
enredaderas,
to.
nenúfares,
Nice.
drifle
And
plant.
another
Madre
plant we
mía, va a
actually
haber
have is
muchísimas
the
plantas
drip
nuevas, por lo
leaf
que
plant,
parece.
and you can actually see
Sí,
that they kind
bastantes.
of grow from
Y
like
veremos
water
minerales
or anywhere
nuevos,
else,
que eso traería
and
también
they grow
armaduras
quite
nuevas y
tall, but they
espadas.
have like a little plant on the top
Bueno,
that you can
depende de cómo
actually
lo quieran
hop onto. So the idea of the mechanic behind it is that
Hola,
the
luego me va a
leaf
contar si
will
quieres que
actually
te salude.
tilt down when you stand on it too long. So this will actually make you fall through. However, after a few seconds, it'll come
Hala,
back
¿qué
up.
es eso,
So it's
tío?
kind of this like platforming
Drifle
block
plant.
that allows
¿Qué
you
es
to just,
eso?
continue
¡Hala,
platforming
¿Qué?
over and over again, which I hope is very exciting for
¡Hala,
content
hala,
creators
hala!
Hay que
making
se
maps.
puede subir y todo.
Yeah, you can build like your own platforming levels, and then they
Que
will
se
cae,
cae, que
return
se
to-
tumba.
That's kind of neat.
Se tumba para un lado. Mira, mira, mira.
It's
Y te
¿Verdad?
caes.
It's so
¡Oh, lo, lo,
beautiful
lo,
in there.
lo!
And there's
Uf, el
actually a
decorado.
mob coming to the lush caves.
Yes, there is.
Madre mía,
But
se
we
viene
will
decorado
actually tell
súper
you
chulo.
about this mob now, because in the end of the show we will show even more features coming to the Caves and Cliffs update, and then we're gonna show that mob.
There
This
is
is
so
the
much.
first time we have so much that we're actually splitting the update section into two.
Esta creo
At
que
the
es la
beginning
que
and
os
towards the
he
end of
dicho
the
que
show.
se llama Helen Angel.
It's amazing.
Confirmándolo por el chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting.
You've
Dar-
also worked
dar
on
tiro,
improving
que
the
seguramente
cave
sabes más que yo.
generation.
Yes.
Yeah, so as you can see here, I mean, this is drastically different to what caves used to look like. And there's
Improved,
definitely still the
ostras,
old
tío.
style of caves,
¡Hala,
but we wanted to make
tío!
sure that there was much more variety in the sort of caves,
¡Hala!
and the shapes, and the
¡Hala,
Se me ha
sizes.
caído la
rabisco en
conexión.
agua!
And
Madre
even
Bueno, que
here
ya la
you can
sabía,
see
pero
that
en el
there's
océano.
some water underground.
Yes.
qué?
So
Que
we
ya había
actually added
ravines con
something
agua,
we
pero en el
call
océano.
local water
O sea,
levels.
grietas con agua,
So
pero en
in
el
one
océano.
cave you can
Pero ahora
might
también
find
en
like a
su
cave
suelo.
lake, and another
Tiene
cave
sentido,
might
¿eh?
not
Está
have
muy
that
bien.
one. And this also means that we get naturally
Vamos a hacer
generated
una serie en cuanto
waterfalls,
salga
which
esto.
is so pretty.
Ya
And
ves, chaval.
it also kind of gives
La
like
estoy
new
viendo
ways
venir,
to
la estoy viendo venir.
traverse the
La
underground.
serie.
You can actually
Hala,
go
tío, es que está
cave
guapo,
rafting.
Está muy... Encima ya
Yeah,
está
¡Qué
so you
maquinado.
can
chulada,
see
por
that,
Dios!
Madre mía, tío.
our player here
¡Qué
will actually
chulada!
use a boat to raft.
¿Una barca?
And that is
¿Qué?
just
¿Esta
such
barca
an
se ha generado
exciting
ahí? Hola.
opportunity to be able to traverse the caves in a very different way.
Pues
than
ahora ya nos habrá generado.
Actually, we were
espero que no.
playtesting, and then one of the
Imaginas.
devs like, look at this, it's so fun, and all
Ala,
of us
ala,
just
ala,
started
ala,
to
ala.
go with the boat. And
Madre mía,
Loco.
me estoy viendo ya el parque acuático y nos vamos
So
a
another
montar.
thing to note here is
Mía.
that you can see that a lot of the oars were actually glowing. This is
Chicos,
just
en
for
nuestra serie
preview
va a haber un parque
purposes.
acuático.
Oars aren't going to glow
Exacto,
now.
exacto.
It's just that the
Voy a
cave
aprovechar.
is quite dark,
Spoilers.
and we want to make sure that players can see the shapes of the cave.
Now, will that only be for the like normal caves, or will this run across all of the new
Mic
cave
off.
biomes?
Yeah, so the really cool thing is that like the new cave shapes and sizes is completely independent from the new biomes. So that means that we have so much variation. Because for
Mic
example,
on.
a lush
¿Alguna
cave
novedad?
can, for example, generate, in a super narrow tunnel, but it can also generate in like a huge cavern, and that creates completely different atmospheres, but it's still the same biome. So we're really gonna have lots of variation on the ground now.
You've been calling
Ah!
the different cave types
Vale, no sé si te has
spaghetti
dado
and
cuenta de una
Swiss
cosa.
cheese?
¿De qué?
Like that's how very.
¿Has visto que hay como unas...
Yes,
como...
I mean,
como...
there's so many different variables of how
unas estas que
variation
sujetan el
works,
techo?
and I mean, it has even more variation than the
No.
overworld
¿Sabes? Que son
itself.
como
It's
paredes.
just crazy.
It's a lot. Yeah, some of the caves, for example,
¿Sabes lo que es
have
eso?
really cool
En verdad.
pillars, and some are
¿Qué
more
son?
like flat,
Estalagmitas.
some are tall.
Estalagmitas y estalactitas.
Very nice. And
Ya,
you have
de eso ya me había dado cuenta.
another new cave biome to show us.
¿Eso será un nuevo bloque?
Yes, so we have the dripstone
No.
caves biome.
Solo estará
And
compuesta por
whenever I
piedras.
think about the idea of a
Que
cave
sí, que
update,
sí.
the image
Que
of
tiene pinta de bloque
stalagmites and
compuesto,
stalactites
sí.
comes into my head.
¡Es un nuevo!
But adding these
¡Loco!
are pretty difficult. You know,
¡Hay
it's a
agua
very
también!
unique shape that
¡Dios!
Minecraft isn't really accustomed to. But I think the way
¡Dios!
that the
Esto es lo
artists
que
put it
necesitaba
into
Minecraft.
Minecraft works quite
Definitivamente, es
well.
lo que estaba pidiendo
And
la
of course, there's
comunidad.
some mechanics surrounding this, so you can
Ah,
see
que se
that
cae.
someone just
Dios,
put the block up
que-
the top,
que-
and
¡Ay, de
so
verdad!
the dripstone fell down.
¡Que cae!
And also,
Ala,
unfortunately
y
for
te
the
matas
zombie
y te...
here, if you fall on
Dios
these
mío, me estoy imaginando
dripstones,
eso en la vida real y no tiene que
will
ser
get
nada
hurt.
agradable.
¿Sí?
La
A
verdad
ver,
es que
no,
la
o
quita en el
sea,
culo.
Like in the
Es
dripstone
como que
caves.
te... Exacto.
So maybe
está
Es como que te
bien.
meten una cosilla por el
from the
curillo.
stalactites,
Ya.
you could see that was
Como
like
cuando
dripping water.
te...
So actually, if you put a
te
cauldron
quedas
under
patas
the
abiertas en una
stalactite,
barra.
it will fill up with water.
Qué asco,
It's
tío.
renewable,
Ah,
renewable
para.
water.
And how do you remember which is stalactites
Ah, que te puede caer
and
agua.
stalagmites?
Ah, sí,
That's a very
que...
good question. It's
esta agua.
very tricky to remember
Claro.
that, but I think I learned.
Y
So
tiene sencillo.
we actually, yeah, it's hold on tight to stalactite. I was going to say the wrong one. So stalactite is in the roof, and stalagmite is on the floor.
Stalagmite se dice en inglés, ojo, chicos.
We've been practicing.
Hostia.
All of us.
Estalagmite.
For a long time.
palabra nueva.
Even.
And you have something really amazing in this
En verdad no es nueva,
update
pero
for the sort of
yo no la
redstone
conocía.
engineers out there.
Yes, so we've actually been thinking about this redstone block that lives in the deep dark, a new biome at the deepest
Qué
depths
tocho,
of the
pero han enseñado
world.
esto al
We're not going
principio,
to
lo
talk
suelen
about
enseñar
this
en medio,
biome too much today,
¿El
but we
qué?
are going to show some of the blocks
Esto.
and maybe later a
Que
mob
qué poco
that
hype nos
comes
han
from
dejado,
it.
tío.
So if we look at the video,
enseñado al
we can
principio de la
actually see that there is
Bueno, espérate que todavía queda con...
and this is
Hola, ¿qué
called
es
the
esto?
skulk blocks.
¿Qué es esto, tío?
And one of the
Es
blocks
chulo.
is called the skulk sensor.
Ala,
This is the
ala,
new
ala,
redstone
ala.
block. As you can
¿Qué es
see,
eso?
when you place or destroy a block, or
Ala,
if
¿qué
you
es
have
eso? ¿Es una nueva
footsteps,
criatura?
it'll actually detect the vibrations around and then emit a redstone signal. So
Yo
this is
solo
gonna
que-
be very
solo-
interesting
solo
for
sé que
redstone
ese-
players.
que
We
eso
even have
no
a
era un
mechanic
bloque, era
around
una
it
burbuja.
where you can actually
Porque ha explotado.
use wool with wool occlusion
No se ha roto,
to essentially
ha explotado.
prevent
Yeah.
signals from being
Use
able
wool
to
to
get into the
occlusion.
skulk sensor. So let's take a look at that now.
Bueno, soy bilingüe, chavales. Vale, a ver. Ala, ala, ala.
And as you can see here, I
Esto-
walked next
Ala,
to
eso
the
para
skulk
mecanismos es
sensor,
la leche,
and it's actually
entonces.
kind of doing an infinite loop where the piston is
Ah, si
causing
se
a
apaga se vuelve a
vibration,
encender.
and then
Funciona
it's
como un reloj.
activating the skulk sensor and going over and over again.
Un reloj de
But
resto.
here, I've actually put a wool block in between the piston, which prevents the signal from going to the skulk sensor.
Ah, ya me
This can allow you to
entero.
even do sort of directional
Yeah.
scope sensors where you can put wall blocks
Ya
on
por
the
radio.
side and only allow it to detect vibrations in front of it.
Va por radio.
And vibrations can be so many different things. You know, it can be a snowball hit, it could be
La
an
digamos que esa
arrow,
es lente.
it could be footsteps, it could be blocks,
Ah,
anything.
vale.
So cool.
Yeah.
And another thing, we had a bit of an happy accident with this because we realized that we get wireless redstone thanks to this
Wireless
sensor.
redstone.
Yes.
¡Hola!
And
¡Oh!
we didn't even plan to add it.
Bueno,
but
bueno.
then when we started playtesting, we're like,
¿Sí?
"Wait,
El
we got
Bluetooth ha
wireless
llegado a
redstone,
Minecraft.
That's so exciting and
¿Qué coño? ¿Qué pasa?
well, you
¿Qué?
can build so
Que el
many
¿Qué ha
Bluetooth ha llegado
pasado?
a Minecraft, que manda señales de redstone inalámbricamente.
Yeah, you're really looking for
¿En serio?
community feedback to
Que
make
sí, que
sure
sí.
this like feels great for
Yeah.
everyone.
Absolutely. I think because this is
Didn't
such a
know.
unique mechanic, we
Bluetooth
really want to make
5.0
sure
va a
that
llevar
we do it right.
Minecraft.
And, you know, we love the redstone community and we want to make sure that we do it right. So any feedback you have, any ideas, send it to us and we will work with you to make this the best block that it can be.
And now we said there's another mob coming later, but I think it's time for a new mob coming to the Caves and Cliffs update.
Nuevo
It
mob,
is.
ojo, nuevo
And
mob.
this is a very scary mob.
No.
Nuevo
And
mob
it
para las
lives in
cuevas,
like the
dices.
deepest of the underground, in the deep dark. And this is a very dark place. And the cool thing is that this mob is very well adapted to the environment. So it can't see anything. So it's the first blind
Ah,
mob
es un
in
mob como la
Minecraft.
pesadilla de
And that's very
Karmaland.
interesting because it gives
Es un
such
mob
interesting
negro,
mechanics.
o sea que se va a
So
camuflar
instead, it
en la
will react
oscuridad.
to vibrations, just like
No
the scope
entiendo.
sensor block.
Ahora lo veremos.
So
¿o
if
no?
you aren't like very careful when you walk around in the deep dark, you might upset that mob.
Que tienes que tener cuidado ahora
Yeah,
cuando
with
vas
this mob,
por
we
la
really
oscuridad.
wanted to make sure that we
Sobre todo en
kind
las
of
cuevas, supongo.
recaptured that feeling of
Qué
the
bien,
first
¿no?
night of Minecraft.
Así
And
lo
that
vamos
we
a
can
ver todo
often forget
iluminadito.
that Minecraft can be a pretty scary
Sí.
game. So we wanted to make sure that
Vamos a
we
ir con
kind of
una
go back
antorcha en
to
la
that. I
mano.
mean, caves can be scary.
Como
They're
los
dark.
trogloditas.
And all I'm going to say is that when you go into the deep dark, I want to make sure that you're very quiet and watch closely for the warden.
Qué pack de texturas más guapo, tío. Pues un
Está
nuevo
de
bloque.
chulo.
No, que ojo que es un nuevo bloque, tío. Que parece que sí es un nuevo bloque.
Claro.
¿Pero qué es esto? ¿Qué mafias? Esto va a ser como una dungeon, ¿no? ¡Hala, tío! ¿Qué?
¿Qué?
Estoy perdido.
Yo
Es
también.
como cuando se te está acabando el efecto de visión nocturna. Se enciende. ¡Qué bloque más extraño, tío! ¡Qué perturbador!
¿Estas velas?
Esas ostras, que hay velas. Ojo que hay una entrada ahí.
Madre mía. Qué nivel más, ¿no?
Tengo miedo. Ojo que sí. Bueno.
¿Qué?
Tío, lo que de verdad tenían que meter en Minecraft es la iluminación dinámica de las antorchas. Que al llevar una antorcha en la mano se ilumine lo demás. ¡Oh! ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso?
¿Qué es eso?
Que parece que van
¿En serio?
borrachos.
¿Es verdad?
Hágale un control de alcoholemia, por favor. ¡Hala, que se la chupa!
¡Ah, es como el bloque!
Cuidado que va borracho, que te puede meter un puñetazo, vamos. ¡Cuidado que corre! ¡Ah!
¡Dios!
El borracho,
Dios,
madre
Dios,
mía, el
Dios.
borracho. Bueno, vas con la espada más chetada.
Corre por tu vida, ¡Dios! Vamos a estar muertos.
Madre mía, el que
Vamos a
parece
estar
borracho.
muertos.
Ah, me acaba de morder el labio,
Very
tío.
different mob. I'm really excited for this because not only is it trying to be scary, it's, you know, we had to keep a balance to it. It was very challenging to design a mob like this. Another thing that's really important to note is in that video, I was wearing full netherite armor, so it's very powerful. You
That's
definitely want to watch
dangerous
out.
mob.
Yeah.
Which I think also is such an interesting gameplay, because like if you want to, you can avoid it, but then you need to really be careful, like sneak all the time to not make like any kind of movement that it will detect. But that's a lot of
Hay
fun.
que
and
ser
it
silencioso, dice.
feels scary, but in the good way.
And you wanted to kind of take everyone back to that first night experience with the warden.
Absolutely. I mean, I had such an amazing experience when I first played Minecraft. Like, it was terrifying listening to zombies underneath my house and in the caves, and hopefully we can bring that back to players, but, 10 years later.
Yeah. But that would be just amazing, because you hear so many lovely first night stories. It's such a big thing, and I mean, I'm also very fond of my first night in Minecraft, so we hope to give that experience again.
But you really balance sort of the look of it. It's like, it's almost cute, but also really, really terrifying. How did you decide?
We actually worked a lot on, how does scariness look in Minecraft? Because we wanted to be very scary, and we didn't want to take away from the scariness. But we felt, let's add some derpiness to it. So it's like a mix. So for example, we added the mouth. I love the mouth. And some actually reacted like, oh, it's so cute, which I think it's more scary, but I think we find like the perfect balance.
Yo tampoco te creas.
It really has character.
O sea que si te quedas quieto no te ve.
You've been sitting up here.
Puede
You
ser
just
esto.
announced an update that everyone has been waiting for, and we actually have some tweets that have come in.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Okay, that's amazing to see. So much excitement. Oh, even more tweets. So it's lovely.
Madre mía.
It's like we really developed this game together with the community, and now to see that people are so happy, that feels so good.
Yeah, honestly, it's such a privilege to work on a game like this and an update like this, and we just love this game, and we want to make the best update that we can for everyone.
Ya.
Thank you so much, Agnes and Brandon. That was a lot of amazing new things. Don't forget that we have another segment full of even more cave updates later on in the show. Now let's head over to our Minecraft Live correspondent, Vubui. I hear he has a first look at something you all voted into the game last year.
Hello, Minecrafters of the world. I'm Boo-Booey, and I'm here once again to help all of you at home to choose a mob that will go into Minecraft. But first, we have a message from our good friend Max Brooks, author of our first Minecraft novel, with some exciting news.
Hey, Minecraft community. It's Max Brooks, author of Minecraft: The Island. Thank you so much for embracing my book, and I hope you enjoy the sequel, Minecraft: The Mountain, where our character leaves
la montaña,
the
ojo.
island
Ese lo
and
quiero,
paddles
tío.
to a
Lo quiero.
strange
Tengo el de la
snow-covered
isla.
world and discovers
No
another
va en coña.
castaway. And together, the two of them
Yo me
have
voy a
to find their way home. Minecraft: The Mountain, coming out in
Voy ultra mega
2021.
retrasado, tío.
Pre-order
Voy
right
ultra mega
now.
retrasado,
And as
tío.
always, thank you for
Que voy
embracing
ultra mega retrasado. On delay.
That sounds awesome. Another Minecraft novel.
No,
And this one's called The Mountain. Speaking of mountains, remember last year's vote? It was a fierce competition, but the mountains won after 2 intense rounds of voting. Well, I have a sneak peek into what your vote is bringing to Minecraft on the cliff side of the Caves and Cliffs update. Goats. They're both
¿Qué es eso? ¡Son cabras!
at the same
Ojo, que está
time.
como una cabra que
As you
salta.
can see, they live on the mountains. And if you aren't
¡Cabras que
familiar, they
saltan!
might not
¡Hola,
get it.
montesas!
They also
¡Que
have
busten y todo!
excellent jumping skills.
¿Qué? ¡Que eres vestido de vaca!
We'll
Ala,
also
tío,
get
¿has
better
visto
mountain
el
generation
vídeo?
with spectacular and more dramatic
Madre
mountains.
mía.
Están locas,
With
¿eh?
height
Tengo
dependent
miedo.
generation. That means things like tree lines and
Tengo
mountaintops that
miedo.
will be more challenging with lots of snow and ice. And speaking of snow, yes, it will be snowier. We will also have a new block called powder snow,
No
which will
bloque.
be a kind of trap block. It looks similar to snow, but if you or a mob walk on
Powder
it, you will
snow.
fall right through. Now let's talk about this year's vote. We have 3 awesome mobs for you to choose from. And to introduce them, we once again
Vale, la
have
votación.
Tiny Agnes and Tiny Jens.
¿Cómo lo van a
Let's see
hacer?
what they have to show.
Ah, la Tiny Agnes.
Peace and
Jeff es
movement
el de la
of
derecha y la de la izquierda de
just
esa.
like we are.
Mira la vaca esta.
These friendly cows live in the flower forest biome, yellow as sunshine and covered in beautiful flowers. What's not to like about these beautiful bovines?
We are friends, right, Agnes?
Yep.
Why do we have to record these videos on an actual mountain? They are animated.
The isolager is a new illager that lives on mountain tops. It's a hostile mob that attacks you with clouds of flying ice.
You did have the supplies we need to survive the night up
¿Qué
here.
es eso?
Right, Jens?
Ahora no da comentario si quieres que te
Do you
salude.
ever wish Minecraft's oceans were glowier?
Not me. I always wish for world peace.
Sure you do. Well, wish no more. Meet the glow squid. Wow.
¡Qué chulo, tío! Vale, definitivamente es eso.
Calamardo, chicos. 6
Yo voto
likes.
acá.
Muchísimas gracias, chicos.
Can't talk.
Y si no estáis suscritos, recordad que podéis hacerlo ahora mismo.
Agnes, Jens, it's really distracting.
Ojo, que la han
They're
hipnotizado.
so tiny,
¿Te
and they're
imaginas que
so
meten los
susceptible to
submarinos esos?
distraction.
Nah, no creo.
Hopefully that
Sería
won't
chulísimo.
happen to you. Now let's
Demasiado
go
chulo
over-
para Minecraft.
No. Eso le corresponde a un
Hello? Oh, hi, Tiny Agnes.
Tiny.
Yeah, no, I'm live right now. Oh, okay. Well, you really shouldn't read too many internet comments. But, okay, I'll tell him. Okay, bye. Tiny Agnes would like everyone to know that she and Tiny Jens are, in fact, good friends. Okay, where was I? And why do people keep leaving phones around the studio? Now, let's go over how you can be a part of what is likely to be an epic showdown. Don't let this decision be made without your voice. Be ready to cast your votes. First, make sure you have a Twitter account. If you don't, go to twitter.com, sign up for an account, and make sure you're logged in. I'll let you know when the voting starts. Then you'll need to go to the Minecraft Twitter account to find the latest poll. Think carefully, debate with your friends and family, make a decision, then click on the mob you want to make it into Minecraft. There will be 2 voting sessions, and I'll let you know when each one begins. For now, just be ready and keep dreaming of victory for your favorite mob.
de Fortnite. O sea, de Minecraft, que también lo puedo hacer. Adventures in Minecraft Earth.
My name is Yesenia Cisneros, and I'm the gameplay producer for Minecraft Earth. I'm so excited to be a part of Minecraft Live this year, and to share this wonderful experience with you, our amazing community. It's been so fun seeing what you've been doing with the game. I've seen lots of creation shared each week, and I wish I were that creative. I mean, wow. While everyone has been discovering new hobbies, I have been logging in each day to collect a new adventure crystal, which lets me play life-size adventures in augmented reality in various parts of my home. My dogs are very confused, to say the least. It seems like I'm not the only one who's been going on lots of adventures. We've had more than 5 million adventures played throughout early access. Holy moobloom, that is amazing. I've also been completing season and daily challenges to collect mobs, even more adventure crystals, and exclusive character creator items that can also be used in Bedrock.
No lo veo, tío. No veo dónde
When the
está la
weather
otra.
is just right in my house, lightning strikes, and a new mob is made. Later this month, we have 2 new mobs joining Minecraft Earth, and I hear they're going to make quite a splash. Speaking of mobs, our beloved Minecon from Minecraft Earth has a chance to be brought into vanilla. How cool is that? Now, I'm not going to tell you who you should vote for, but what I am saying is one of these mobs is definitely way more adorable than the rest, so choose wisely. In our last couple releases, you may have noticed that we added slime ball and slime blocks. With that, I'm super excited to let you know that we are adding pistons and sticky pistons to Minecraft Earth. Be on the lookout next week for a content update, and I can't wait to see the awesome creations you make with blocks, items, and now redstone contraptions. Our friends Mumbo, Jumbo, and Green recently took a Minecraft Earth road trip and made their own awesome creations. Let's get a sneak peek at what they discovered.
Hello everyone, my name is Mumbo, this is my friend Grian, and this is my 1974 VW bus. There's no air conditioning, there's no heating, there's no radio, There's no anti-locking brakes, no power steering. I've owned it for about 4 years, and to be frankly honest, it's pants. Times were definitely different in the 1970s, so it's ridiculously slow, and it's definitely lacking some of the modern comforts you would usually expect to find in a car these days.
We are embarking on a grand tour of England, going from the south coast up to Wales, and it's going to take us 3 whole days.
I'll be honest, Graham, mate, would you class that as a grand tour?
Well, yes, we have no radio, so it's going to feel a lot longer.
But you see, this isn't a regular road trip in a rubbish old van, this is a Minecraft Earth road trip in a rubbish old van. With Minecraft Earth being a game you can play on the move, we thought we'd travel to a bunch of different locations in the UK. Some of them are iconic, some of them just feel very Minecrafty, and some of them are barely to Minecraft at all.
Hasta ahí llego.
Really wanted to go to them, so we did.
Sí, acaban de publicar el tweet con la imagen de la llama.
We also had to go integrate Minecraft Earth with real life. Minecraft Earth Frisbee is a bit of a challenge.
¿Qué?
Sorry.
No me lo puedo creer que lo ha pasado por el aro imaginario. Que están jugando tenis.
And real-life sand blocks are alarmingly difficult to construct. If I just film this angle,
What the fuck?
¿Qué tío? Ha hecho un
bloque. Tío, ¿por qué se me queda
success, and we had a lot
Ha hecho un
of
bloque
fun.
pero en la vida
You
real.
can expect to see the full-length episodes on our channels very, very soon.
Wow, it looks like Mumbo Jumbo and Grian had quite the Minecraft Earth adventure.
Se me queda
At Mojang Studios, we've also been making more original content than ever before on our Minecraft YouTube channel. Our goal is to create shows that give you inside knowledge directly. We're even giving away all of our secrets in a new series called How We Make Minecraft, which honestly feels sort of risky. And guess what? We have lots more awesome Minecraft content on the way. Here's a look at what shows you'll find on our channel.
Yo to the yo-yo. My name is Jens, I'm here.
El típico pondrá varios memes.
How can Steve hunt cactus without getting hurt?
No, cactus has prickly, but punching a tree probably hurts too. Everyone just starts panicking.
Please like and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that. But really,
like and subscribe a mi canal, chavales.
In 2017, you voted for the terror that is the Phantom, and I personally have not forgiven you for that. In 2018, the taiga won your vote with fantastic foxes. Last year, it was the mountains with our soon-to-be friends, the goats. What will you, the Minecraft community, do this year? Let's review our choices once more. I was inspired by some of the amazing handcrafted things I've seen made by our community over the years. So I decided to make my own versions of our 3 mob choices. Hi, babies. For illustrative purposes. I think I did a pretty great job. Took me 3 months each. Anyway, all the way from Minecraft Dungeons, we have the Iceologer. They make clouds of ice that smash down on whomever they are attacking. Not quite as chill as they look. From Minecraft Earth, we have the adorable Moo Bloom. I hear they may come with a new flower, the Buttercup. And I'm pretty sure they'll be best pals. Also from Minecraft Earth, the Glow Squid. As the tiny trio will surely attest, they sure are distracting to look at. The first voting poll is now live on the Minecraft Twitter account. Make sure you're logged in, go to the poll right now, and click the mob you want to win. We'll check back in before we start the second and final poll. Now, though, I'd like to welcome Laura to my desk to talk about the dungeoniest Minecraft game ever, Minecraft Dungeons. Hello, Laura.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Very excited that you're here. So, what do you do at Mojang Studios?
I am a game designer, which means I am the one that gets to decide how difficult the bosses are. So I'm sorry about that one. You can blame me for that.
I think people will blame you for that.
That's okay.
While I have you here on the stage, which mob are you voting for?
I think if I don't say I am voting for the Isolager, my team will kill me. So, but it's an amazing mob. It brings a lot of fun to dungeons, and I think it will bring a lot of fun to Minecraft as well.
Okay. I figured you would say that, but I had to ask. So tell me about the launch of Dungeons this year.
Oh wow, that was quite the ride. It was such a crazy launch. I don't think anybody in the team expected to ever release a game from home. So we were all sitting in this like massive Teams call and like sharing streams with each other and sharing videos and comments from players, and it was very good. It was fun in a different way.
What would you say was your favorite thing from the release?
I think it was how people came together to play the game. It was very fun to see parents like show their children and children show their parents Minecraft. I don't know, it was very nice to see everyone just sit together and play and enjoy.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Well, let's take a look at what the community has done with what's come out so far.
Yeah.
Cannot actually believe that we like got close to the end and it was like, nope.
Qué guay, tío, este juego quiero que me
They absolutely hate you, these creepers. Oh yeah, Tom, you're welcome to join actually.
あ、待って待って、結構減った結構減った。最後殴りに行っていい？お前おら！お前おら！
So the village merchant, a really cool merchant, simple, straightforward items, and definitely a nice addition to the game. A good replacement for the wandering trader. Now let's go check in with our friend the blacksmith here. This is definitely something that I'm looking forward to because this is one of the coolest things that has possibly come to the game.
Pô, tem que matar o maguinho. Ai, morri. Galera, me ajuda.
Calma aí, vou te ressuscitar. Calma aí, eu vou dar... Vou ver aqui.
A ver si aparece algún español.
Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, I see what's going on here.
Si parece un español, yo creo que sí.
Yo creo que sí que tienen capacidad.
Yo creo que sé cuál va a aparecer.
Vänta tills jag har min raket. Ska jag få spö då?
No.
Nu jäklar ska ni få spö. Skya!
Stop killing the pandas, you monster! Stop killing the pandas!
We have to save
El único que ha jugado este juego.
You're a free villager.
Minecraft.
Ooh, I got invisibility potion.
No,
와, 맵 엄청 많이 생겼네 이번에. 크리퍼까지 깼고, 늪지, 늪장, 협곡, 동산? 여기 거의 끝판대장급 아니야?
Que si Vegeta y Bulldog se han jugado en Minecraft años.
Boom! You right?
Yeah. I put my Oh, look! There's a pig. Kill the pig! Get the pig!
Oh no!
Red!
No sabe.
That looks so fun.
Yeah, it's so cool to see people have fun with the game.
Discriminación a la comunidad hispanohablante.
Yes, I hope so at least.
But this week, you also had another launch.
Oh, this month has been a crazy month. Like, we haven't stopped. I feel we released first the Creeping Winter together with our new merchants and the new daily trials, which was awesome. I hope everyone loved it. We launched for xCloud, so now people can play on mobile, which is so fun. I really like that. And this week we just launched in China, so now we get to welcome our Chinese friends to the community, and I am super happy about that.
That's really exciting. Well, now we have a question from the community for you.
Right.
ということで、私から質問です。マインクラフトダンジョンズをリリースされてから、開発者が想定していなかったファンの反応やゲームの仕様などありましたでしょうか。また、マインクラフトダンジョンズの今後について教えてください。今後、どのようなコンテンツがリリースされるのでしょうか。ぜひ教えてください。
Como un niño, vamos.
Okay, he kind of snuck two questions into that.
Yes, but they were great questions, and thank you for sending them. Regarding the first question, I think we were very excited to see how fast people found the secret mushroom level. Like, I was very confused about it as well, because we had worked very hard on making it very secretive and having little snippets of things everywhere, but players are so smart. They found it so fast. So if you haven't played the mushroom level, go check it out, because it's very fun.
And the second question?
Right. So that's what we are here to talk about today. We're going to talk about our upcoming DLC that we prepared with our friends at Double 11, and that's called the Howling Peaks. So we're going to the mountains with dungeons as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at some live gameplay?
Yeah, let's check it out. We are very lucky today that we have 4 members
Tío,
of
ahora
the
te va más rápido
Dungeons
que a
team
mí.
with us. Here's Mariana at the
Casualidad,
Nintendo
no dudo.
Switch. Hello. Here's Chris
Mariana,
at the
Nintendo
PC.
De PC,
Here's David at the PlayStation
Xbox
4.
One.
de PS4,
And at the
de
Xbox
Xbox
One,
One.
we have Annika. So we get to show you here
comunidad
for the
enterita.
first time cross-play.
Ah,
which
Xbox
we're very
One,
excited about. So people can play
Claro, hay
together from
crossplay.
everywhere.
Xbox One,
And yeah, that's our first look
Ah,
at
no,
the
el
mountains
Minecraft también hay
biome
crossplay, sí, sí.
coming to dungeons.
Already I see a goat right there.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
We were so
Bueno.
happy. We asked the Minecraft team if we could bring goats to dungeons, and they said yes. So we get to release them a bit first in dungeons. So we're super excited about that. They're equally as mischievous. Yes.
So I see a lot of wind coming out of these grates.
Yes. Wind is a mechanic that we're going to explore a lot in the mountains missions. And the players will be both challenged by it and will be able to use it. So the wind will push the player, so you need to be a bit careful, but at the same time you'll be able to use it to solve puzzles, push items and open doors and stuff like that.
Creo que
So,
es la zona de las minas
That's awesome.
terrestres.
What is this?
Qué chulo el ascensor, macho.
So, yeah, our mountain
Ganda.
biomes are so
A
tall
votar,
that the
dice
player will need to
dar
find
tiro.
new ways to traverse
votar
the
ya?
levels. So
Si
that's a
aún
mountain
no-
lift, and there's gonna be full of
Creo que aún no ha
visual
sacado,
interactions all around.
That seems
qué?
like a really fun new mechanic.
Las votaciones.
No. Es que igual
Yeah, the
como
goats
no sé
are
si estás
all
en otro
around, and you
país.
need to be careful with them
Yeah, I
they,
saw them attack.
yes, they're really gonna
Igual
push you out of
eran-
the
bueno,
edge if
¿qué?
you're not too
No,
careful.
¿qué le dices? A ver,
So
el
leave the
directo...
goats alone.
A ver,
Yes,
me estoy
leave-
confundiendo
leave the
yo.
goats alone. That's very important.
Ahora en Colombia
directo.
serán las 11 y
Uh,
pico.
the iceologers that you
Vale,
can
de la
find in
mañana.
this mission and in all the
Aquí
mountains
son las
missions
6.
are very ready for the weather, so they are wearing their little
probablemente
cozy
hayan
clothes
países que
and
ahora
they're
sea
wind
por
resistant,
la noche.
which means that while the player will be challenged by the wind, the iceologers won't.
Oh, what are these?
These are new mobs called the wind callers, and that's
Sí,
a
Tokio.
Ravager.
O
coming
no,
for the first
Río
time
de
to
Janeiro.
Minecraft Dungeons. That's another Minecraft mob
Ahora por la
that we get
noche.
to welcome. They're
So
quite
Yo en la
sturdy.
descripción,
What
los
do the
horarios que he
wind
puesto los he copiado de un
Right, the
vídeo,
wind
¿verdad?
callers spawn
¡Oh, Dios!
right under the player, and they push the player
He
up,
copiado la descripción
so
del
the
vídeo,
player
¿sabes?
gets fall damage.
Okay.
It's very important
Aparte,
to
yo
deal with
no-
them quick
yo no lo
or run
sabía.
away because
Digo,
they're
ah,
gonna be
perfecto.
they're
Pongo
gonna be
algunos en la
painful to
miniatura.
combat otherwise.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job against these wind callers.
Yes, our adventurers are strong.
Okay,
Ooh.
then you're at 3 Ravagers.
Yeah, that's gonna be an
Okay.
interesting
What?
one. But so far, I can see that all the consoles are working very neatly together. We're super happy about that. It's been progressing very nicely, and we hope
Está pasando, no
everyone can
entiendo.
soon play together. Oh, that was an
Mío.
iceologer. I wanted to say, like, that's my favorite mob, but
Mío.
you know,
But
it
it
went too
didn't stay
fast.
around too long.
Yes,
All right, we're leading up to this big Ravager battle.
yes. But I think we can let our adventurers deal with the Ravagers.
Not very well.
No. Yeah.
So, with all of this, you also have a new game mode coming.
Yeah, the game mode is coming very, very soon,
Nuevo
and it's
modo
going to be
juego.
for all the players for free, and that's called
¿Qué
Apocalypse
modo? ¿Qué modo?
Plus,
Historia,
which
por favor,
means
que
that
saquen
they will
una
make the
historia.
game just, you know, harder a bit at a time. Yeah.
When you
we're
call
very
something
excited.
apocalypse, it sounds very hard.
Yeah, and Apocalypse Plus means that it gets even harder. So hopefully players get to find new challenges, and we found different ways to tweak the balance so the challenge is different every time.
But, okay, that's a lot of stuff. You're working on even more
No lo
new
entendí
things
muy
for
bien, creo que es
dungeons.
un modo
We're
campaña de
working
retos.
on a ton of stuff. I feel we've
Ay, qué
been
bien.
so busy. It's crazy. But yeah, we have today a little video with a lot of work in progress. Work in progress, though.
Very work in
Yes.
progress.
But yeah, I think we should look at the video.
Wait, that's my line.
Vamos a ver.
I'm sorry.
Otro DLC. Ya lleva como 3 o 4 DLCs este juego.
¿Eh? Tiene que ser la leche, macho. Tiene que ser la leche, loco.
Pre-alpha footage, DLC, Soul Separate. Madre mía, mira, fíjate si está en fase temprana. Está, no está en alfa, no. Está en pre-alfa.
Es verdad.
Madre mía. Hola. Hola. Hola, qué guapo. Toma. Hola.
One of my favorite things we do at Mojang Studios is Minecraft Education Edition. Students around the world are able to learn in exciting and interactive ways using the game as a learning-based platform. Students and teachers in 115 countries around the world are able to collaborate, learn, and share together. Minecraft has always been a way to connect people, and we've seen that now more than ever with Minecraft Education Edition being used in remote learning. When you're in the game, you don't have to feel so far away from your classmates. From creating graduation ceremonies in Japan, to creating first date orientations for American universities, to teachers doing virtual meetups, we've seen students and teachers using the game in incredible ways. Today, we're launching our first ever Minecraft Education Edition Global Challenge for students around the world to build a better world with us.
Over the past few months, we've seen wildlife roam through cities while humans stayed inside. Without cruise ships and ferries around, dolphins visited the port of Cagliari in Sardinia, Italy. And wild boar roamed the streets of Barcelona. But what if animals could share space with humans all the time? Today, we're kicking off the first ever Minecraft Education Global Build Championship and asking students healthy spaces for humans and animals to coexist together. What will you build?
Anda, mira.
Hey, I'm Ayana. I'm a developer in the Minecraft team. If I were to participate in the Global Build Challenge, I'd build a series of underwater tubes so we could transport things without disturbing the aquatic life.
Hello everyone, I'm OMG Chad.
Content creator.
Global Championship. I would make a house with a habitat for my cats on top, and I would call it a habitat.
どうもこんにちは、カーボンです。僕だったら日本っぽい建築で勝負したい。
Carbon Play, pero con K.
Hola, nosotros somos los hermanos Leo y si estuviéramos participando en la dinámica mundial de Minecraft construiríamos unas viviendas camufladas con la vegetación del entorno para que los animales no se espanten. ¡Participa!
Design and build your own solution in Minecraft
¡Ja!
Education
Me acabo de dar
Edition.
cuenta.
For the
Han
chance
tenido
to
que
win
censurar la marca de la
awesome
camiseta.
Minecraft gear, and a video chat
¿De cuál?
with Mojang Studios.
De la camiseta que
The
lleva el de la
championship
derecha, a que no
opens
se ha
today.
notado. Sí, 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 la han tenido que censurar.
You can register today and download the Championship World template. We can't wait to see your amazing ideas, and Jens and I can't wait to see the winner on video chat. We get the awesome prize of chatting with you no matter who wins. For those of you who don't have Education Edition, we have something for you too. Our Education team has already added lessons to Minecraft Marketplace. We've also been working with some amazing educators on a new series about diversity and inclusion coming this fall.
Hi, Minecraft Live. I'm Kenneth Shelton, and along with my fellow educators, Felisa Ford and Natasha Rochelle, we've been building a series of Minecraft lessons that will help people explore topics of social justice, equity, identity, and tolerance. The first of these lessons is called and it's based on the life and philosophy of congressman and civil rights activist John Lewis. The additional lessons continue teaching about social justice from across the world and through time, from Black Lives Matter to Malala's quest in Pakistan to achieve equal education for girls, to the civil rights movement of 1960s America, to the women's suffrage. We can't wait to share these important lessons with the Minecraft community.
I'm looking forward to playing through the Good Trouble lessons myself. Together with the Minecraft community, we commemorated Juneteenth with contributions to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, Equal Justice Initiative, and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. We're proud to continue supporting organizations that fight for equity and equality in the world by making an additional donation today to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. This brings our 2020 contributions to over $2 million. Beyond this, we continue to live in the company. our
una
products,
cosa.
and ourselves for how we
No
can
es
create a more
el
inclusive world.
YouTube Rewind de YouTube. Es de una persona que hizo el mejor de Alec Molon.
Now it's time for a brand new segment of our show.
Es un crack.
You may have missed our next guest during the Minecraft
queréis ir a
update
donarle,
segment, but not to worry. You're
Twitch
about to
TV,
get
Alec
some
Molon.
dedicated time with the one
ejemplo.
and only
TV.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much.
¡Hala! Yo quiero uno de esos de Lego, tío.
In the Minecraft update section.
Aquí está Jeff.
Yes,
My name is Jeff.
it's a little bit different this year since we
no,
always
Jens.
want
Perdón,
the ones that are actually working on
La de la ropa
the
Jeff.
features of the games to be the ones to get to talk about them, because we feel that it gets more genuine in that way.
So what are you working on then?
Yeah, that's a good question. No, of course, I still spend a lot of time with Vanilla and Agnes and the team. But I now work with all our products, all our games, and like the board games, and try to support our developers and designers to capture the Minecraft feeling and make them fit together. But everyone's so talented, so it's actually quite an easy job. But to help everyone, both in Stockholm and in Redmond, I wrote a book, a Minecraft game design book.
Are you trying to sell that to everyone in the audience? Watching?
No, this is only for Modding Studios employees. It contains a lot of secrets. But it was helpful when the team grew to kind of explain my thoughts and ideas about Minecraft. And for Vanilla particular, there are some guiding principles that are going to help us continue updating the game for many years to come.
But you did decide to share some today, so people can kind of see what's in the Jeb game design book.
Absolutely. So one of these guiding principles is it maybe sounds obvious, but that is it's always one block at a time. You place one block, you remove one block, you pull one lever, and you trigger one TNT, and of course that causes a big explosion. But at the core, the interaction is always one block at a time. And it's not only important for the way you play the game, but it's also if you're playing together with someone, let's say you're building a house or something, then I will be able to observe what you're doing and quickly understand where you're going. And then
me voy a ir ahora, dentro de ya.
If you would just copy paste or make templates and such, then it would be a little bit harder to collaborate. And also Minecraft is a lot about the journey to create your massive castle or whatever. But so it's important to we retain that feeling.
And you have another principle, but it applies pretty directly to a community question that we have.
Pues me voy.
Adiós.
Adiós.
346.000 likes. Bueno. Ojo como el chat.
我的世界的中国玩家，大家好，感谢你的提问。
Wow, yeah.
Yes. The Chinese community inspired me to try to take on a new language, but I have a long way to go, honestly. But about the question, if we're going to add things like natural disasters, that kind of contradicts one of our other guiding principles, that bad things happen, but they're technically the player's fault.
Okay, they're the player's fault.
Yes, in the sense that it was either caused by a player, like a griefer or summoning the wither, or a player was nearby, such as when a creeper explodes. So whenever something bad happens, we want to make sure that the players are either actively taking part of that or have a way to prevent it from happening. And an earthquake or a tornado would obviously destroy something that you spent hours building.
But there's definitely a few I can think of that maybe fall outside of this principle.
There are still a few cases like Enderman can grab a block and maybe wreck up some redstone, or you can have an unlucky wolf running into your sheep garden. But there's also the worst thing is of course lightning strikes that can set your whole house on fire. But I'm hoping that Agnes and the team may have a plan for that.
Exciting. So what's the last feature you were active in developing?
Yes, the last feature I did was the netherite feature. I thought that was a very important part of the nether update. I wanted to help where I can. But I don't want to, since I'm working with so many different projects now, I don't want to do something halfways and then kind of leave it a little bit hands off. But recently I've of course also been working a little bit on making combat test snapshots.
That leads us to another community question.
También habla un poco de las...
I'm Dan TDM, and I would love to know what kind of combat mechanic changes are being made to Minecraft Java Edition.
Yes, and that's an excellent question. We currently have a problem that on the two different editions of the game, there are different combat mechanics or combat systems, and that's bad both for us as designers that have to take both systems into account, but also bad for the community that wants to have the same experience. So the main objective is to reach parity. But I still want to make sure that we make a system that is kind of fits with the building and that doesn't distract too much from building, but still gives us this depth that allows us to design interesting behaviors. Also, I want to make sure that it works good in both player versus environment. That means adventuring and players versus player. And I want to make sure that it feels good playing both with mouse and keyboard. And when you're on a controller, you don't get tired by frequently pressing the trigger. And we also want to improve touch, like the touch experience. So it's a lot to do.
But you said you weren't working on feature development. But
yeah, it's
you
true.
are working on combat?
Yes, I mean, of course, it's a little bit hard to keep your hand out of the feature cookie jar. But in this case, I also felt that this was an area where I could help the team, so they could focus on doing the content updates. But at some point in the future, I will, of course, dump this on the team.
Okay, so exactly what you said you don't want to do.
Yes, and they will have to carry it over the finish line. Yes.
Nice. Now, speaking of combat, we just had a really cool announcement about Alex and Steve coming to Super Smash Brothers.
Yes, and that is so amazing. And just like I said, like my job gets easier because everyone's so talented, and just in this case, Sakurai-san and his team they really understand Minecraft and have made an absolutely amazing Super Smash Brothers fighter.
And Sakurai has also made a really amazing video for all of us in the community.
マインクラフトライブをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズディレクター空の桜井正宏です。スマブラにマインクラフトのダウンロードコンテンツが導入されます。スティーブやアレックスが参戦することが決定し、マインクラフトライブ前に特別放送をお届けしたのですが、見ていただけたでしょうか。もしまだの方はぜひご覧ください。スマブラであることを忘れるぐらい、マインクラフトのスピンオフとしても相当にすごい踏み込んだ表現を行っています。発売までもう少しだけお時間いただきます。スティーブがマリオと戦う。アレックスがピカチュウと戦う。ゾンビやエンダーマンをアクションゲームで操作できる。リンクやカービィやソニックやロックマンやクラウドやリュウなど有名キャラクターとの共演が楽しめます。 そして私も、マインクラフトファンの一人です。マインクラフトライブでの、発表を楽しみにしています。それでは。
That was a really big secret to keep.
Yes, and it was a really hard secret to keep even in the studio because it was super secret. But it has been so much fun to work on.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the community reaction.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears here. You have a sort of famous saying within the office, which is the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. And why do you think that?
Yeah, I suppose the quote has kind of gotten a life of its own.
It definitely has.
But yes, I think Minecraft unleashes people's creativity and helps them collaborate, but also teaches them things like geometry, languages, and maths. So yes, I do think that the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. But I know that you also are very engaged in building a better world.
You're interviewing me now, Jens. Thanks. I mean, I think I feel so privileged to work on Minecraft because of all the amazing things that people do with it, from Education Edition, and something I'm extremely passionate about is Block by Block, which is our partnership with UN Habitat, and it's really helping people reimagine their public space and then have it built.
I love this place. It's such a nice area, but it has not always been like this.
Well, before, the area felt very cold and unsafe. Basically, it was just an abandoned place.
Block by Block is a program created by Mojang and UN Habitat where we use Minecraft to help community members redesign their neighborhoods. Kosovo has been impacted by years of conflict, and in those situations, we often see communities divided and public spaces neglected.
It was a really cool project because even the little kids like me could help out with make the city a better place.
They got to use Minecraft to sketch and try different solutions about how the space could be improved.
It was very fun because you felt like to be able to help the city while just playing.
After that, the ideas were presented to local architects and city planners, and later that year, construction started.
It's been 5 years since we participated in the program, and the street since then has become more developed and it is now more frequented than before. It seemed kind of unbelievable that this was made with Minecraft. So seeing my own idea as a kid, changing a whole area in my city, it was very special to me.
It's unbelievable that we were able to make reality what was once only an idea in our computer screen. Finally, decision makers have changed their perspective because maybe they realize that we can make a change.
In a democracy, you want the people who live in that community to be asked about what's going to happen in that community. So this is a perfect example. The community was asked, the community decided, the community designed, and the community is using it.
I'm probably going to be really happy and be like, hey friends, I made this. I walk here almost every day, and every time I see it and I see a lot of people spending time here, it's a very gratifying feeling. I just hope it will become real as soon as possible. So the reaction of the community was great, and to me it was a great feeling which I'll never forget.
I came up with a skate park idea and some trees surrounding the park.
It is possible to change the world and make your dreams come true.
¿Se han imaginado cómo podría ser ese lugar, no? Lo han construido en Minecraft.
It felt like I was being heard, and being heard and listened to is one of the best feelings that you can feel.
Qué bueno. Qué bueno, qué rico, qué jugosito.
I actually was able to go to Kosovo at the start of that project, and it's just amazing to see the transformation using Minecraft.
It's amazing, yes.
Jens, you must have seen a lot of amazing things because you're about to hit your 10-year anniversary at Mojang Studios in like 2 or 3 months.
Yes, it's true, yeah. It has been an amazing journey these 10 years, and I've had so much fun working on Minecraft. But of course, I'm also a Minecraft player, and we're all like with the community, and in the end, it's really the players and the community that gives everything its purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And from myself as part of the community, I just want to say, like, thank you for the 10 years and all that you've done for Minecraft. It's made a huge difference in my life, and I think many people watching right now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jens. Last year at Live, we announced the Nether update. Maybe since then you've been wondering about what it would be like to attend a Nether ballet. Wonder no more. Our friends at Element Animation will dance us through all the new Nether features.
¿Qué es eso? Vamos a hablar por eso. Qué guapo, qué guapo. Qué gracioso, tío. Boom. Hola. Qué bueno, tío, qué bueno. Una oveja. Estás muerta. Adiós. Ojo. Todo Minecraft. Ahora teatral de Minecraft. Minecraft Live por los
The results of the first round of voting are in. The round which determined which mob streams would be dashed, with no hope of making it into the final round. And it was intense. But sadly, let's all say a fond farewell to the poor Moobloom. Then forget it ever existed, because it's time to vote again. We are now down to the Isolager and the Glow Squid. And in the first round, they were quite close. I'm quite interested to see where the voters of the Moobloom will go. If you missed the first round of voting, make sure you get in on this one. It determines which one of these two makes it into Minecraft. I know who I'll be voting for.
Se vota en Twitter, chavales, yo no tengo Twitter.
The final voting poll is live now. This is your chance to have a say in what goes into Minecraft. So don't leave yourself out. Log into Twitter and go vote.
Hello, I'm Quinn, head of the Marketplace Partner Program, and I'm joined by two of my favorite people. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Fanny. I'm a developer on the Creator Assistance team, and what we do is create tools for our creator community. And some of them are very visible, and we're going to talk about them later. Some others are more behind the scenes, and that help our creators make content that is more efficient and reliable, like the schedule command that is coming out soon.
Yep. I'm Jason. I'm a developer in the engine team, and we've been responsible for a lot of the modding type capabilities that have come to Bedrock over the last couple of years.
That's super cool. So your teams help make creator tools for all of our incredible marketplace partners all around the world to help make content for you.
Marketplace creators. En Nueva Zelanda. Los creadores de mapas.
From Piki Studios here in Aotearoa.
Piki Studios.
A team of 3 making content for the marketplace and Minecraft Education Edition.
I'm Beanie from Zombini, and I run a small studio based in California. We create lots of marketplace content, and I've been making tutorials for the last 7 years to teach others how to make their own Minecraft skins.
Filipinas.
Magandang umaga, Minecraft Live. My name is Mark from Kubo Studios, and we are 15 working here in the Philippines.
Hi, I'm Tian from Everboon Games, and we are 38 people working here in England.
Minecraft Live, this is Lizcraft, and we hope you like our stuff on the marketplace.
Algeria.
Hey everyone, I cannot believe I'm part of Minecraft Live this year. My name is Yasser, aka Star Teammate from MC Texels, and we are super excited about the new updates.
Oi Minecraft Live, eu sou o Gabriel, diretor da Irim Studios, e a gente tem cerca de 5 participantes na nossa equipe. Somos todos brasileiros.
Mira mis cascos. Mira, amigos también.
I'm Vicky, also known as Geeky Pixels from NetherPixel Studios, and I get to spend my days making content and working with awesome people.
Israel. Hola. Hola. Hola.
Hey, I'm Warren from Guycraft, and we are 20 people working here in Israel. Shalom.
Qué mapa más chulo. En España también.
And the best part is all these features can be used by all creators. So what do you have to show us today?
Yeah, so for the last couple of years, we've been doing a lot of work with the entities in the game. So this time, we've doubled down and gotten it so that we focused on items and blocks. So as part of that, I made a custom crop to kind of show off a lot of the capabilities. So over the summer, everyone at Mojang Studios was given tomato seeds to try and grow a tomato plant at home. So I thought that was kind of perfect inspiration to go make a crop. So you can interact, you can place the seeds, use the crops. See, they're kind of growing. We got a couple of them getting to the flower stage. Got a few now that I can actually go pick. So in this case, I've made them work like the sweet berry bush, where you can just right-click on them. But I think tomatoes taste disgusting, so I thought it was better to make them as something you can throw. Okay. So Conan and I had some fun. Throwing them around. It's harmless, or sort of harmless.
Yeah, totally harmless.
Yeah.
Not in the lava.
It was mostly by accident. But tomatoes will actually rot on the vine as well, and if they rot for too long, you get a little rotten tomato monster that can spawn from it. So fight him off here. But yeah, he throws rotten tomatoes. They don't fly as far as a regular tomato, but they knock you back a lot more. But kind of based off all this stuff, I think tomatoes maybe aren't the best idea. So I'm going to get rid of all my plants and never grow them again.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one.
But
so all these
healthy.
It's true, they are pretty healthy. So with all of these new custom crops, creators can go and make some really cool kind of like farming style maps.
Oh, definitely. So like, I think crops are a great example of showing off how they all can kind of come together, because you get the items that you can get there. Normally you would eat the item, but or you can make projectiles. But they also have the ability to get events that are fired from things like a tick event. So as that event is fired, you can make the block run through multiple stages of growth, and eventually get it to the point where you can choose what loot spawns at various stages of growth and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how you could interact with them like a normal berry bush, but then get the tomato out.
Yeah, it's just another it's an interactive event that you can key into.
Yeah, and then there's a tomato monster there at the end too.
Yeah, I call him Tomo.
Little Tomo, it's so cute. Yeah. It's not even scary, but yeah, it's an example of what you can do with them combining events and commands. That's one of the features that our creators have requested for so long, just having commands to be able to run them when something happens. So now, instead of also in addition to doing it with actors, you can also do it with blocks and items. In this case, as the flower is rotting, you can disappear that crop and also summon a tomato monster, a Tomo monster.
Well, that's really cool, because I can totally see creators using all of those combinations of features to make some really cool adventurous maps.
Yeah. Like, for example, the little adventure that we can show you, where we were going to the desert, and then we found this mysterious golden skull, and also an equally mysterious pedestal in the middle of the desert. So we decided to place our golden skull over there and see what happens. And yes, we have a mountain that is hollow, and as the brave warriors that we are, we went exploring, and obviously we found some creepy monsters inside. Luckily, we have our trusty custom sword to fight them off.
Oh, that definitely helps.
I'm not sure if we even survived that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very safe.
No, not at all.
But that pedestal, I know that's one of the most requested features, block models.
Yeah, so I've been super excited that we finally be able to get block models in. It's something we've been wanting to do for years, and we were finally able to work on them and get them in. So we got it working with using the same formats that we've been using for the entities, so the same tools that people have been using to build custom mobs, they can use to build the blocks with.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't even have to like learn a new skill. You can just continue.
It's almost identical.
No.
That's awesome. And then I noticed on the hotbar with the golden skull, there was like a little red triangle. What was that?
Yes, it's a new feature that we're calling item lock. I don't know if you found yourself sometimes just going through some content and you have this special item and then you die and you lose it, or maybe you drop it accidentally. Now we've made it so that creators can actually lock something on your inventory so that when you die or you press Q, it won't go away. That way you don't lose your mysterious golden skull to unlock the next stage.
So nice.
I was going to say, that makes it super easy because I've definitely been in an adventure map and I lost the key on accident and then I had to go and, try and fix that.
Yeah.
And then when you place the skull, there was a lot going on in the background.
Like there's 3 features to talk about right there. The first one is like we wanted to give more power to creators with cameras. This one is just a small one where we just shake the screen. I don't know if you noticed that one. And then you can help players convey something like there's an earthquake going on, or maybe something is about to fall over you. So you can do that with this new tool.
Or dinosaurs.
Or dinosaurs.
Yes.
The second one that we noticed there is structures. You can now place them using commands, whereas before you had to be using a structure block, which is more complicated and time-consuming. Now you can do it much more easily. And as part of those commands, you can now animate the structure placement. For those that noticed, like the mountain was opening and that was just a structure animating. We provide a couple of effects. One is just like a 3D printing animation and the other one is layer by layer. And yeah, you can combine them to just achieve very cool effects.
Yeah, I can see like creators, using those to add just another level of polish to their world.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then I recognize those scorpions.
Yeah, well, the desert theme, it felt appropriate to bring them back. They've always been one of my personal favorite custom mobs that I've ever built.
Yeah, but after watching that video for so long, I ended up having a nightmare about having to rescue my mom from some aliens riding scorpions. It was creepy.
I'm sorry, that was not the intention.
It was creepy and funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of aliens, I know our team put together a really cool sci-fi parkour map that, they made you run through, Jason.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they knew this when they asked me to run through it, but I'm pretty awful at parkour. So it took a few tries to get a clean run through. But at the beginning here, it's a pretty typical sort of parkour map of running and jumping. But we definitely have some twists up ahead. And here's kind of the first one. Even I know I can't make that jump. So let's see what's in the chest. And we got a Sliminator. So I'm pretty sure we know what to do here.
Sliminator.
So now, hopefully, I will jump and be able to clear this gap. Please, yes. So make it up. So get teleported to the next section, kind of make it along, and see what next obstacle we have. So now I know the chests have useful things in them. So we got a blockinator, and we'll throw that across, and get a little platform. Now I can make this jump. Even I can make that jump. And we got a hot dog, or the cyber dog, and float up. But it poisoned me, so I needed to use the antidote to rescue me there. Get across and get through here. Now we got a wall in the way.
Mic off.
Let's see what tool we have to get through the wall. And insta presto, and get through here. Keep going along. And this should be our last obstacle here. But I can see the teleport pad, but I can't quite get to it. But that shaft up above looks promising, along with the ladder. Let's go up, see what we get here. Fall down. And block breaks. I can get to the teleporter. And Fanny's already there.
You made it.
Mic on.
Wow, that's
86
cool.
times.
I love the aesthetic of that too as well, like all the art and things. So those teleport blocks, those seem like a really cool way to add like another level of immersion to the worlds you're creating.
Yeah, with data-driven items and blocks, you get so many new events that you can act on. Like for example, in the case of the teleporters, you can step on it and then an event will trigger and you can react in so many ways. You can add particles, or in this case, for example, you run a series of commands that just teleport you to the next area.
That's awesome. And I love the Slaminator, the Blockinator, and the Magic Wand. I've never seen items do that before.
Yeah, so that's another example of how combining the same tools you can achieve so many different effects. For example, the Sliminator was just using the event and the fill command, right, to replace the blocks at the bottom with the slimes. Then the next one, we have the wand, and that one is just replacing blocks with air. And then we also have the Blockinator, which allows you to walk by placing some blocks, replacing air with blocks. So it's by combining events and the same command in different ways, you achieve so many cool effects.
Yeah, so it's just small little simple things you can combine in lots of different ways and get a wide variety of results.
And even that Blockinator allowed you to make that jump.
Yes.
And then
Mic
I also
off.
saw that there was messing with mob effects too as well.
Yeah, so we've had an example of custom food
Mic
there.
on.
But in addition to just satisfying hunger like a food normally does, you can add and remove mob effects. So we had the Cyber Dog that gave 3 effects, the levitation, nausea, and poison. And then we had the antidote that would actually only remove 2 of them. So unlike a bucket of milk that removes all mob effects, you can make things that remove very specific things.
Yeah, and it seemed like you got, after you use that, or after you use the magic wand to get to that wall, it seemed like you were stuck, but there was something else that was going on there.
Oh yeah, so there is the block that was in my way. So we made it so that another one of these events, similar to the on step on, is we also have an on fall on. So in this case, it was just an on fall on, and you can set what distance you want the event to trigger. So you have to fall at least 10 blocks or something like that. And when you land on it, we then break the block, similar to what like the tomato plant and other things that we saw earlier.
Yeah, and it seemed like it took you quite a few tries to make it through, but Danny was able to do it first try.
Yes, unlike others, 86 times. Yeah. And one new feature that we have is that on raw text, you'll be able to show the names of the players that are of interest at that moment, and also show scores. Like in this case, we were tracking how many times Mayor was dying.
Well, thank you both for coming on to the stage and talking a little about these creator tools and new features that are coming out. And with these new features, there's going to be a pretty amazing new thing coming out later this year for all Minecraft players.
Remember, GDL will not be held responsible in the event of a likely death. Your descent will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Terra Sub Force. Minecraft Marketplace. Jorge, ¿y eso qué?
We know you've waited a long time for this update, and if you thought the
Mic
first
off.
set of features for the caves were awesome, it's time for even more awesomeness. Agnes and Nir from the Vanilla Minecraft gameplay team are here to tell us what else is coming to the Caves and the Cliffs update. Hello, welcome.
Mic on.
How does it feel?
So amazing. It's so awesome to finally be able to share that with everyone.
Yes, it's great, and we have looked a bit at tweets during the break, and
we have some more tweets.
We have more.
Yes.
Wireless redstone.
Wireless redstone.
Oh yeah, yes. There will be so many cool things you can build with that, and the warden. It's amazing to see all the excitement.
So cool.
Can't wait to see that.
Nir, you recently joined the Mojang Studios team.
Yes, I joined this year, but honestly, I'm not completely sure how that happened. And not just joining Mojang, I'm not really sure how I'm here in Minecraft Live, because like just last year I was home, glued to the stream. Just I had to know what the next thing is coming to Minecraft, and today it's not only that I get to share that, it's I got to work on some of those things, so it's fairly incredible. But yeah, I've been developing games for a few years now, and more recently I've actually worked with this non-profit organization called Games for Peace, which is an amazing organization which basically uses games to promote peace. Like, he takes kids from areas of conflict all around the world and sits them down to play Minecraft. And sometimes it's kids that don't even share a language, so they can't talk. So Minecraft is the language they share. Minecraft is what helps them connect and get to know each other and creates friendships, right? It was amazing being part of that.
It's so cool. I mean, sometimes I feel like, oh, I know all the amazing things that are happening with Minecraft, and then you described that to Agnes and I, and we both were like, we've never heard that, and it's so cool.
It's beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely beautiful. So in this update, you've been really looking at like filling out the caves even more.
Yes, so there are even more things to show. And in the things we showed so far, it's a lot about like improving the journey underground. But of course we also want to add like new things to find, like new resources. And one of them are crystals.
¿Cristales? No, por favor, no. ¿Cómo que hay cristales? ¡Hola! Bueno. Me parece que me está saltando una alarma. Qué guapo.
They're so beautiful.
That the moment you turn the corner and you see that glowing thing, it's just incredible.
In the crystal geode, it's like mystical. Yeah, they're so pretty. And we were thinking a lot about like what is the purpose for crystals in Minecraft. And one thing is like they should have a use, and we will talk more about one of the usages soon. But the other thing is a lot about just adding a lot to the experience of exploring. And we want them to be quite rare. So when you find them, it's really gonna be like magical, because they're just beautiful. And you know, when you walk on the crystals, you hear the sounds.
Yeah, it's just, we talked before about the pillar of underground of Marvel. And I feel they're just the perfect feature for that sort of pillar, right?
But you can't just take them with you.
Right, so you can break the crystal plant we saw in the video, but they actually grow from a very special block. And that block is unobtainable. It's sort of like you think about spawners, right? You cannot just take it and put it in your base. It makes you go and build farms all around your world. And that also encourages you to create tunnels between them and find out ways of transferring those items from place to place. And I just love those sort of features that really encourage other gameplay in the game.
As an explorer myself, I'm very excited about finding all of these. And you mentioned a usefulness to them.
Yeah.
Yes. So, from those crystal plants, you get crystal charged items. And you can actually use them to craft a telescope.
Telescopio. Esto no es del marketplace. Esto es real. Telescopio. ¿Qué dices? Bueno, como siempre con el círculo más culto del mundo, pero un telescopio.
That is amazing.
It is. It's such a useful item. Super cool. And the cool thing is that, so yes, you use the crystal shards to craft them, but you also need something more, and that's also a new thing that we added.
Copper. ¡Bronce! Bueno, bronce. Bueno, lo que he dicho al empezar. Bloques de bronce. Ya sé, hay espadas. Nada. Lo han hecho bien. Han dejado para la mitad un montón de novedades.
That's amazing.
Yes, it's new ore.
El hype no se pierde, chicos.
And you saw the copper ore in the video. And a very interesting thing with the copper ore is that it generates in a different way. So normal ores often generate like an ore blob, but copper is different. So imagine that you are out mining and you see copper ore. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna mine the copper. And then you see some stone. It's like, they look a bit different. So you continue to mine. And then you find another copper ore. And you probably go like, okay, I think I found a copper vein. So we're actually adding ore veins to Minecraft. And
like they really add so much to mining. It gets so interesting because it's kind of like following a trace when you mine, and they tie so well to the pillar we have about adding strategy to mining.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you've personally wanted copper in the game since you start, maybe before you started?
Yeah, you mentioned it once or twice.
Well, maybe a few times. But yes, so I think I got inspired by the pretty copper roofs in Stockholm, and they are all green because we have so many like old buildings here. And we've actually added that mechanic to Minecraft as well. So, you know, if you place a copper block, it will first be orange, but after a while, a pretty long time, it will turn green. And it's something, I think so cool, because it actually adds history to Minecraft. For example, if you have a really old Minecraft world, then you can see on like a house and like, oh, the roof turned all green, and then you know that that house has been there for a really long time.
¡Hala, qué bonito, tío! Copper timelapse. Se volverá a ver. Se vuelve verde. Se vuelve verde. Pero cacho timelapse, eso tarda un montonazo de tiempo.
And copper won't only be used for the telescope. You actually have another really cool thing that you'll be able to craft with it.
Yeah. So, Jens talked a bit before about these design principles that we have in Minecraft, and one of them is that if something bad happens, the player either caused it or it has a way to sort of avoid it. And one of those exceptions, for example, is lightning striking. Now, some people like to build wooden roofs in Minecraft. Some even build wood roofs.
At me. It's not at all like the grandest castle in my realm actually has a roof fully built of wool.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
No,
but
we did fires.
Yeah. So to try to help the players with that, we are introducing the lightning rod.
¡Hala! ¡Un pararrayos!
That is very useful for all the wool roofs out there.
Yeah, I think this is a problem that happened to a lot of our players. Even personally, I had this peaceful game that I played with my partner, and it wasn't peaceful, and we went out and we were like looking at animals, collecting a few animals to our base, and we came back and our house was gone. And I was quite confused, because I consider myself to be someone who knows a bit about Minecraft, and there are no creepers, there are no endermen, so what happened? We figured that probably a lightning strike hit and burned down the house, and we were quite traumatized because we were not prepared for this. So I think this lightning rod is really going to help with that.
Yeah, now you don't have to worry about that problem anymore.
No, I'm going to place like lightning rods everywhere on my wood roof.
Good.
It will be perfect.
Good.
Now, you've introduced a lot of things already, and players already have a lot of trouble with their inventory and the amount of items, but you have an idea for that.
Yes. So, as you know, we keep adding new blocks and new items all the time, and that do create a bit of an inventory problem. And we're aware of that, and we have actually been thinking quite a lot how we can solve it, because we want to have like a good gameplay solution, we want it to be balanced, and we actually have an item in this update that will be really helpful, and it's the bundles.
Bundle. No, ¿qué es eso? Loco. ¡Hala! Bueno, me voy de aquí. Vale, ¿qué es eso? Minecraft se lo ha sacado. Minecraft se lo ha sacado. Ah, vas más lento. Tiene sentido, tiene sentido. ¿Y se pueden cerrar? ¿O qué pedo?
bundles.
El mejor ítem del juego, chicos.
This is awesome. It's such an elegant solution as well, and I love it. I think we spend a lot of time talking about the inventory problem, and I think one of the biggest takeaways there was that this is not actually one problem. It's constructed from a lot of sub-problems. For example, hotbar management is one problem. Getting a lot of blocks for your huge build somewhere, that's like something the shoulders help with. But I think there is a third sub-problem where every time you leave your base to go explore something, your inventory keeps getting full of junk. Like this lot just has 2 flowers. This lot has just 1 seed, right? And I think the bundles are really going to help with that problem.
Yes. So the thing with the bundle is that you can place many different kinds of items in one bundle. So many different kinds of items in one inventory slot. So for example, I can take these 2 flowers and 1 seed and put them in one bundle. It's great.
And you can kind of use them like presents too.
Oh yes, I'm so excited about seeing what players do them in like shopping district, right? You can have the bundle of the day, which has a bunch of things with it, or you can have secret bundles where you have 3 of them in a chest, but you get a random one. I think it's really going to be cool.
Yes, and for example, if your friend has a birthday, you can put like your prettiest item in the bundle because it looks like a gift wrapper, and then you can give it to your friend.
That's so cool. We've talked so much today on the like really game design side, but how do you work on the art side?
We actually have a very close collaboration with the art team, and it's great.
So my job is basically to get an abstract idea and imagine how it would fit into the Minecraft universe and then start sketching. So once my sketch is finished, I send everything to the 3D artist that it's gonna model it and animate it to make it alive.
My job is to bring sketches to life and make them move in 3D space. To work with the game has such a special look, it's amazing. It's a challenge, it's fun, it's sometimes frustrating, but it's very rewarding. I love it.
I make the pixel art of the block, and usually when I create a block texture for a new rock type, it's going to be a lot. Like, I'm going to make 50 iterations of one block because I want to make it right. Every block is like a building block for people's imagination, right? So I try to like pour a lot of love in each block to make sure that people can create what they want.
So I think my favorite thing about the Minecraft look is that it's very unexpected, very unconventional, and that's where like the special comes from.
Minecraft in terms of game art is special because it has such a unique look and it's very restricted. It has to be 3D pixel art and we can only work within those boundaries. So we have to like think inside the box but also outside the box. I've been working on this exciting new mob. This new mob will be the cutest predator ever existed in Minecraft.
This update is incredible. Like, people have been waiting for this for so long, and we're finally gonna do it.
I hope that the community is really, really happy about it. I hope they have a lot of new stuff to play with, and I hope that they're excited to see some concepts as well.
It's so lovely when you can think about all of the different jobs within game development. I love seeing the artists and developers. We all, like across the show, there's so many different types of roles that people have.
Yeah, and it's really awesome to interact with all those roles and have a lot of a back and forth. We're very open in Mojang and getting ideas from all over the place, and specifically working with the art team is amazing as well. You sort of throw one idea to the air and he draws something and you're like, oh, what is that white thing in your drawing? I didn't even think about it, and it starts so many awesome ideas going. And we even integrated into our prototype process. And actually, I think until I saw those sketches by the art team, I didn't really understand what archaeology in Minecraft even means.
Archaeology?
Yes, so we're actually adding a new system called the archaeology system. In this system, you're basically going to find these excavation sites all throughout your world. And you can make this new tool called the brush that is going to help you uncover the mysteries of all these dig sites. So you come to one of these ancient structures and you can sort of use the brush to clear away some of the rubble that may have collapsed in those structures. And sometimes you might even find something shiny inside them. But, and this is important, if you are not careful enough, like in real life, you can destroy that artifact. And when that artifact is gone, that artifact and all the secrets it held are gone forever. But if you're careful enough, if you take your time and you're deliberate, you can get some of those hidden artifacts. And for example, here we got a ceramic shard, which is basically how whoever lived here used to tell and pass on their stories.
I love the story side of the archaeology.
Bueno, chicos,
we often talk about that we want to deepen the mystery in Minecraft. And when you find these hidden artifacts, you can find like connections and hints. And we will never tell the full story, but these will inspire the players to tell their own stories about their own Minecraft world.
Exactly. I think it's going to be really exciting to see what players do with them. For example, here we see an exhibition that someone built for this, where he can compare all the different clues he finds, right, and try to preserve whatever was down here, and he can compare what we found with whatever new thing, and sort of try to connect the pieces, right? And here we see those pieces connected in a clay pot, actually trying to reconstruct them back. And you can create that however you like. You can create your own stories, or try to guess how those pieces used to connect.
Yeah. It's also going to be very creative with these new pots, because you can put the shards in any way you want.
Exactly, and when you're pleased with your creation, you can fire them up, and you have your own painted clay pot.
Pretty. So near is this programmer art still?
Yeah, the art we're seeing is still work in progress. But I personally like the dragon. I think it's cute.
Yeah, it didn't say programmer art isn't pretty.
Yeah, you know, the problem is the artists are way too good.
Yeah.
Right? They just make us look bad.
Archaeology is amazing. I mean, the excavation site is so incredible.
I'm so excited about this. I've spent a lot of time about it, and I actually got to do a lot of awesome conversations with actual archaeologists from all around the world, and it's been, honestly, I sort of feel like I got so passionate about it myself that their passion sort of stuck to me, and it was so amazing to learn more about this, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
And you have a dev diary coming out on our YouTube channel where you kind of explore all of the archaeology even more.
Yeah, it's honestly really, really exciting. So I had so much fun with this, and I learned so much that I decided that it can't stop with me. So we're gonna do a dev diary when we're actually gonna talk to those archaeologists. And actually, we might even get to visit some interesting locations.
That is amazing. Well, it feels very sad, but we're almost out of time. But we've been hinting at a new mob, like over the course of the show, like 3 or 4 times. So are you gonna tell us about it now, please?
Now we're gonna tell you. It's the cutest predator you will ever meet.
Ah, ostras, esto es lo que nos enseñaba antes. No, es algo nuevo. Madre mía. Madre, no me cansa de decirlo. La mejor actualización del mundo. Un nuevo pez. ¿Y la capa? Ah, claro, se podían comprar. Ahora lo metes.
I feel like there's only one sound I can make after seeing that, which is like...
Nombre de archivo.
It's so adorable. The axolotls.
How did you decide on axolotls?
So, when we add a new mob to Minecraft, we really wanted to have like its own unique character. We wanted to have purpose. And it's also a very good thing if it happens to be ugly cute. And the axolotl is perfect. It has all of these things. Well, I guess on the ugly cuteness, it might be quite a big emphasis on the cute side, but still. And we actually had a brainstorm in the team. So we were like, okay, we're gonna add guts, but we want to add another animal. And then one of the developers posted like a big picture of an axolotl. We all were like,
yes, this right now.
It's like the definition of ugly cute. It's like made for Minecraft. And then we also found out that the axolotls are endangered in the real world, and we think it's good to add endangered animals to Minecraft to create awareness around that. So that's also a good thing.
Like with the bees.
Yes, like with the bees last year, for example. But Yeah, so the axolotls, as you saw in the video, they live in the lush caves and they really add a lot of life to the lush caves. And there's also a bucket of axolotls.
Fortnite está debilucho, sigue teniendo sus jugadores, no ha perdido, pero sigue ganando. Ahí está flojucho. Porque le vienen 40 juegos por detrás a saltar. Among Us, os digo que es para un buen rato, porque nunca dejará de ser divertido y por eso nunca dejará de ser popular. Siempre digo que es un juegazo que le ha llegado demasiado tarde la popularidad. Yo soy el lugar a dejar de ser. ¿No? Lo único malo aquí es que la gente no se gasta. Claro. Entre otros que se pillan versiones pirateadas. Yo creo que me voy a pillar, sinceramente. Modo de apoyo, pues no merece. En verdad es lo más sencillo del mundo. No es sencillo, es más complicado de lo que creéis, pero comparado con otros
when
juegos
you
es muy
scoop them
sencillo.
up in a bucket, you can actually create your own axolotl art, basically, and charge into the oceans with them, and they will help you fight various. Well, they'll attack cute fish as well, but they'll help you fight the drowns and the guardians. And they're actually quite useful when fighting guardians because they have this special ability that whenever they take damage, they sort of play dead. And when they're playing dead, no mob will actually attack them. So they have this time to regen back health and then jump back into the fight together with you. And if you learn how to cooperate with them really well, they might even heal you during the battle.
That is so cool. But okay, so you added these two mobs that are like as different as possible with the warden and the axolotl.
Yes. So this update is actually a lot about contrast, which is great because it creates like a dramatic player experience, which is so good. So we're like updating the highest heights of Minecraft, the mountains. We're updating the deepest of the caves. We had this terrifying warden, the cutest axolotl, and also in the caves, like the lush caves are very light and welcoming, and then the deep dark is super scary and challenging.
I guess we can't forget our little goat in there.
Oh.
It's kind of the in-between.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget the goat. I guess it's in between. It is still very cute, but in between. No one can be as cute as axolotl.
Sí, mejor todo junto, mejor todo de golpe.
Before we tell everyone the winner of the mob vote, let's take a look back at some of the exciting things that we talked about
porque
today.
hay demasiado hype. Han creado demasiado hype. Creo que no son conscientes del hype que han creado. Lo tienen que sacar dentro de poco. Hola, ese tramo está muy guay. Hay mucho más realistas junto a las montañas. Es que es el relieve de Minecraft prácticamente, las montañas y las cuevas. Y la entrada a una cueva combinada con la montaña, claro, tenían que actualizar toda la vez. Se han dado cuenta y lo han hecho bien. Han hecho lo que deberían de hacer. Cojo todas las novedades. Popper. Ay Dios, cuidado que de una epilepsia, chicos. Predator Tools. ¡Hola! Eso también lo incluye. Ah, Predator Tools, vale. No entiendo. Axolotl.
Before we get to our mob vote, I think there's one more question people are really gonna want to know. When are we gonna get the caves and the cliffs update?
It's a good question.
Espero un
So
momentito,
we
ahora
plan to
vuelvo.
release it
Mic
sometime in
off.
2021. And this actually is really good.
town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Mamás, papás, ¿vuelta a la guardia? Pues dormid tranquilos como vuestros bebés. Almirón Pro Futura 2, con un 90% más que otras marcas de HMOs, oligosacáridos idénticos a los de la leche materna. Y además, gracias a las vitaminas D y D, ayuda a reforzar su sistema inmunitario, para que estén más preparados que nunca en su vuelta a la guardia. Almirón Pro Futura 2.
I'm cold here, where are you? My bed feels empty here without you. My one fear, I always knew suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Mic on.
Vale, chicos, ya estoy. Bueno, esperadme otro rato, os lo dejo. Aquí.
New mob that will enter the game. So, which one of you gets to
Mic off.
Today?
So I think Tiny Agnes has been a bit mean this year, so I think you should open.
Really not expecting that. That is so awesome.
Yes, like I didn't expect it at all, but it's great. And glow squids will look so cool in the caves, like
exactly.
the atmosphere.
They set this up so well.
Like it will be. Imagine it's all dark in the caves, and then you see the glow squids swimming around. It will be so good.
Beautiful. Can they be friends with the axolotls?
Axolotls are predators, so I'm not sure.
The axolotls might actually attack them.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll see. I'll talk to them.
Think about it.
Yes.
We have committed to a lot of things, so I think we need to get work on all of the things that we've shown in the show. For all of you watching, Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you. From all of us at Mojang Studios, thank you so much. Bye!
Mic on.
Ojo, se ha acabado. Se ha acabado, ¿no? Recibe la carta, estará disponible en breve. Pues vale. Ya ha acabado un Minecraft Live 2020. Y con eso yo también me iré. Chicos, ¿por qué bajáis los likes? ¿Por qué bajáis los likes, tío? Con lo bien que íbamos, chicos. Bueno, en fin. Bueno, aquí tenéis las estadísticas, lógicamente. Y eso. No, espérate. Pues eso, chicos. Yo creo que también voy a dejar el directo por aquí. A ver qué sale. 17 minutos. Los mobs. Vale. Bueno, pues lo he dicho. Por aquí voy a dejar el directo. 2 horas y 20. Bueno, tampoco ha sido más largo, la verdad. Pero sí que ha sido largo. Pues ha durado... A ver. Ha durado... Ah, claro que aún no está. Vale, aún no está disponible. Lo ponía cuando ha acabado. Así que lo dicho. Por aquí voy a ir dejando el vídeo. Bueno, el directo, perdón, que dije. Nada más que decir por mi parte. Espero que os haya encantado el directo. Y adiós.
Mic off.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground,
but gravity pulls you straight